MULN has continued its rally, reaching a price of 58 cents in the after hours on 26th October. So why did it go up and should you buy? Keep watching as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, Mullen's strikingly different event will now have a new stop at the Angel Stadium in Los Angeles on 1st and 2nd November. The tour begins today in Pasadena, California, where EV fans will get a chance to experience the Mullen 5. The Persona PVA will be showcased as well, along with other technology that Mullen wishes to offer through their vehicles. The tour will end in December, but a second edition of this event will be started in spring 2023 in order to cover the left out regions, featuring the Mullen 5 RS, which will be a high-end vehicle with a 1.1 thousand horsepower engine that goes 0 to 100 kilometers in just 1.9 seconds and has a top speed of 200 miles per hour. In our opinion, once Mullen actually starts selling vehicles, it will sooner or later achieve good heights. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now again in the 1-day chart for MULN, and of course we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat we can see that we are forming a pin bar candle today. So over here we can see that we got into a gap up from the price of 0.54 to a price of 0.56. Of course, the after hour price was 0.584, as I already told you in the previous part of this video, but we're now currently at a price of 0.57, which is a bit less than that, but of course it's reasonable considering the fact that even the mortgage rates have hiked a bit. And if you consider this hike, it's mainly because of course MULN, and the second part being that the government has reported that the GDP has grown by 3.7%, which was unexpected, and that news kind of pushed up the entire market. Of course, it did not push up Google, Meta, Microsoft, and all of the big tech stocks because they reported poor earnings and you can't really do anything about that. But coming back to the price action, we can see that we made a top over here as we already discussed in our previous video. So this 0.6115, now I won't be saying 0 point that much, so I'll simply say 6115 over here, right? So this is our top resistance. If we talk about a lower resistance, we can see that we have one around basically 0.59, so that's 5907, right? Of course, we might actually reach this today considering the fact that we are already in a massive rally, right? We did get a good rally yesterday as well, going up by, let's see, I believe it was 6%, yep, around 5.5%, so that was great. If we consider this wick over here, we can see that we did get some selling pressure initially, and we went down to a price of 0.525. Of course, good support psychologically, and after that we did recover, showing that buying pressure of course is beating the selling pressure, so that is a good sign, and all of these signs are in MULN's favor so far. With that, I don't believe there's much left to analyze in the 1-day chart, so I'll quickly jump on into the 1-hour chart to analyze some details. So now that we're in the 1-hour chart, we can see that right off the bat, this is catching my eye. We got a reversal scenario yesterday, which played off pretty well. Both candles are green. One is a pin bar to the upside, one is a pin bar to the downside. This basically means that the stock is going to swing, and it swinged well, it swinged pretty well enough, right? We did get a pin bar candle which was positive at the starting of the day as well on 26th October. So this was, even though it was red, it was on the upper side, got followed up by a green candle, kind of dismissed that, right? We did get a big pullback over here, not exactly big considering these gains, but right, of course, we got a pullback over here. We hit a bottom of, let me clear off all of these drawings. We hit a bottom of pretty much 0.49, right, which we already hit over here at a negative pin bar candle, which failed. Right after that, we can see that now today we're kind of forming a reverse pullback scenario. So we did get a positive pin bar candle to the upside, but now we're getting a negative pin bar candle to the downside. And if this is true, we might just get, this could go two ways, of course, right? There are only two ways this could go. I'm kind of dumb for that, but now my opinion is that if we get supported somewhere around 0.56, right, then we'll probably get a pullback to the upside, right? Not exactly a pullback, more like a breather, and it could be the the continuation of this bullish trend. But considering that we're already up by 5.17%, I believe that we might slow down on the bull run, breaking this, going back to the $0.55 range, right? So we might go over here. So that is not probably not the possibility that I favor the most, right? I don't really believe that would happen. So in my opinion, we'll probably, even though we will get a pullback over here, we will break above this again and we'll end the day off in green. And this rally that MULN is getting, of course, fueled by its news and of course good market conditions too for the stock, is I don't believe that it will end until we hit zero point 0.6 again. So our next target should be 60 cents, right? So once we get to the 60-cent range, we'll probably break that considering that we already got resisted around this range. So once we break it, of course, we'll use this as support. We already failed it as a support over here. But once we get in there again, I believe that, MULN can go up again. Now, there is a scenario in the market that's going around a lot where people are saying that when a stock goes up really high, you stop buying. And of course, people think that, hey, this might be the top, and they start selling, and then the stock continues to go down. And this might not be the scenario with MULN, if you ask me, right? Because we can see that the stock is not only powered by its news or its technical parts, it's more of a stock that has a fan base which is willing to support the stock through losses as well. So that's, I won't say that it's the best choice, but well, it is what it is. So with that being said, as I already told you, I believe that MULN is bullish. And now let's head on to the 5-minute chart to analyze some intraday trades. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that over here, first up, interesting scenario, we did get somewhat of a closing range with increasing VIX over here, right? So of course, red candle followed by red candle, and then a pin bar candle to the downside. We did go down, but we got supported at this level over here around 0.525, which we already discussed. After that, of course, kind of a green inside candle went up, got a red negative candle, green upside candle, another red candle on the downside, red candle on the upside, followed by a green candle on the upside. So this was a well, this is a complicated scenario, but let me explain to my best abilities. We can see that we got a reversal pin bar scenario for the upside, which got cancelled by a reversal pin bar scenario to the downside, which again got cancelled by a reversal pin bar candle to the green side. But right now, we can see that we did make a reversal on the downside. So as long as we end this candle, this green candle on the downside, I believe that will probably go down. If we want to go up, we'll have to get this candle in a way that the wick is over here, right? That the wick is over here and the body comes at least above this previous body that we made in this negative candle, right? So we can see that we're going up from over here at 0.56. So we might have to go down a bit before we do that in order to find, form a pin bar candle. But of course, if we make a big enough candle, which is kind of an engulfing candle pattern, it might apply as well, and we might get a continuation to the bull run. Of course, if we look at the trend for the day, we can see that, we are going up. We are in a bullish trend somewhat. We did get supported over here multiple times at 0.542, I believe. So that's an important level to watch. Over here, an important level to watch as well, 0.562, which of course seems to be acting up, right? We did hit a high over here at 0.565, I guess, and that level is acting up as well. We're now at 0.57, which is a psychological resistance. So let's see what happens. In my opinion, it should be able to break it because, of course, MULN, it has not the best volume, I would say, but it still has good volume. And considering that we are now heading into the mid market, right, or rather the midday of the market, I believe that as volumes continue to go down, we might get some bigger movements fueled by smaller volumes, and that might lead to a good breakout or break down by the time that the market ends. With that, my bullish view on MULN remains still. I am still bullish on the stock. Of course, it is a risky bet, so you should only touch the stock if you're willing to take risks, right? Because it's, of course, a company that has literally, I guess, no sales at all because, well, they don't have cars and stuff, right? They're not selling vehicles yet. They're not open to consumers yet. So once that is done, we'll be able to guess where the company is headed in a better way. But of course, for now, I seriously believe that if you want to jump in early on the train, it might be worth the risk. But with that being said, remember that this definitely was not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.